Breaking news erupted as India and Pakistan announced a sudden U.S.-brokered ceasefire following several days of intense cross-border missile and drone attacks. The surprise agreement was unveiled by President Trump, who worked alongside Secretary of State Marco Rubio and Vice President J.D. Vance. Celebrations quickly spread across Kashmir and in major cities as people took to the streets with hope in their eyes and relief in their voices. But the joy was short-lived as tensions quietly simmered beneath the surface, hinting that peace might not be here to stay. Within mere hours of the ceasefire announcement, the fragile calm was shattered as explosions rocked Srinagar and cross-border shelling resumed. Chaos returned almost instantly. Each side rushed to place blame. The Indian government claimed Pakistan had initiated the fire, while Pakistan countered by accusing India of striking military bases. The historic peace deal, barely born, now stands on shaky ground as the world watches with rising concern. While political leaders from both countries praised the ceasefire as a step toward stability, the reaction on the ground told a different story. In Uri, displaced families danced in celebration, clinging to hope for a better tomorrow. But just a few miles away in Poonch, grief weighed heavy as families mourned the loss of loved ones from earlier attacks. For some, the ceasefire feels like a flicker of hope. For others, it's nothing more than a calculated political illusion. The question remains, can this fragile peace last even 2 days? Tensions between India and Pakistan had escalated to terrifying levels. Over 400 drones flew across borders. Missile strikes pounded military sites, and air raid sirens became a daily reality. The two nuclear neighbors teetered on the brink of full-scale war. Then, in a dramatic intervention, the United States pushed both sides toward immediate de-escalation. The G7 echoed that call, urging restraint and diplomacy. A ceasefire was signed sudden, dramatic, and unexpected. But the world is left wondering whether this is a true turning point or simply a brief pause before more violence. The ceasefire agreement promised a halt to all hostilities on land, in the air, and at sea. But soon after the ink dried, the skies lit up with fire once again. Indian officials accused Pakistan of launching sneak attacks overnight. In response, Pakistan claimed it acted purely in defense after Indian provocations. As accusations fly from both capitals, the fragile hope born from this deal begins to fade. On the ground, citizens pray this is not just another false dawn, another illusion of peace shattered too soon.